overtime losses, good for 40 points. Danbury well on their way to clinching a playoff seed. Meanwhile, the Norwich Sea Captains, they're 13 points out of the playoffs with 14 games left to go. They're chasing the New Jersey Titans. Norwich comes into this game with a record of 5 wins, 24 losses, 4 overtime losses, good for 14 points. Here is Trevor Souza. The New Yorker able to get the puck into the zone, gets around Elijah Devereaux as well. Brian Essing will send it behind the cage of Liam McGibbon. McGibbon getting the call in goal this afternoon for Danbury. Comes in with a personal record of 4 wins, 7 losses, 1 overtime loss. A goals against average of 4.29. A save percentage of 88.9. As mentioned, it's Yoakum in goal for Norwich. He has a personal record of 110-1. A goals against of 4.15. A save percentage of an even 89%. Norwich in their home white uniforms with the red and navy trim, skating from right to left. As we're just about a minute into this one, as Reese Tamboro picks it up and gives D-to-D across for Eric Fancher. In the neutral zone, Tony Moran stepping up on the play, forces a turnover. Danny Khatib following up, however, gets belted down to the ice by Daryl Smith. Boy, Daryl Smith has really turned his game up a few notches, especially over the last few weeks. He was injured over the holiday break. Had an upper body injury. He was able to come back from that as this shot is handled by Yoakum. But ever since he returned to the lineup, he just looks like a completely different player out there. Put up 4 points in an exhibition game against the Coast Guard Academy and ACHA team, a goal and 3 assists. Here is Harwell. Chipping down low for Killian Ranger. Ranger pressed up against the wall by Fancher. In to help out is Ivan Kovalev. Ivan Kovalev was not dressed for the last game between these two squads. Came, well, relatively recently, back on January the 27th, so just about a week ago, a 6-2 victory in favor of Danbury. And the Hat-Tricks, they have some more weapons available to them in this game than they did that one. In that game, there was no Danny Khatib, there was no Reese Tamboro, there was no Ivan Kovalev, so Danbury with a full bench, and the Norwich Sea Captains, where every game is essentially a must-win, will have to dig deep once again and try and get the victory as Byer's centering attempt gets knocked out of play off the stick of Bryce Wallace. Face-off will remain in the Danbury zone with just about 2.5 minutes gone by in the first period. His third line on the ice now for the Sea Captains of Tegan Byer, Cam Holton, and Aiden Bain. They've become the energy line for the Sea Captains. Let's see what they can do with an offensive zone face-off as Byer sets in against Dominic Pavlidis. Pavlidis with the face-off win into the corner. Byer. Aiden Bain gets knocked down from behind by Connor Brown, but the puck goes back up to Hayden at the point. Hayden, a shot saved by McGibbon. Holton forces the puck free. McGibbon thought that he had it cleared. Behind the net, picked up by Pavlidis. Gives up ahead, off the stick of Egorov at the blue line. Puck is, oh, we have a whistle as losing his bucket on the play was Pavlidis right here in front of us. And, well, it's not exactly the NHL rule, but yeah, if you lose your bucket out here, a referee's going to blow the whistle. So the faceoff will come back down into the hat-trick zone. 2:57 gone by in the first. Now the top line of Ranger, Kinahan, and Essing will get an offensive zone draw. It's Wesley Westendorf on the draw for Danbury. Ranger won it towards the slot. That went through the legs of Giuseppe Bianco. Now Bianco grabs a puck at the red line. He'll send it down deep into the Norwich zone. Chasing after this is Seth Beagle. Beagle lost possession of the puck. Here is Essing chasing it down with Betancourt on the far side. Betancourt lost possession, but quickly there to pick it up is Martins Leps, and Leps is able to clear. And as we were saying, Seth Beagle was ejected from that last game against the Sea Captains for a face mask major. You don't see that called too often. We'll see how these teams can remain disciplined today. Puck rolls in on goal, so no icing, and so instead it'll be Daryl Smith. Onto the tape of Ranger. Ranger threads a needle up ahead, picks up Troy Harwell fresh off the bench, and Harwell will chip it down deep. Killian Ranger in the near side corner. He's shoved from behind. That's going to be a penalty coming up against Danbury, as touching up is Felidi. And so Just 4 minutes into the first period, Reese Tamboro is going to sit 2 minutes for cross-checking, and we get to see the Norwich special teams early on. Norwich comes into this game ranked 25th overall on the power play. They convert on 20.8% of their opportunities. Danbury, middle of the pack when it comes to the penalty kill. They're ranked 20th overall. They kill off an even 70% of their penalties. Ethan Ranger with the offensive zone face-off win. However, Sea Captains can't maintain possession. It's sent all the way down. Here's Yoakum quickly flinging it back up ice. Only problem is there's nobody wearing a white jersey in that area. And so Eric Fancher once again will send it all the way down. This time Yoakum will leave it to the side of the cage for Hayden. Hayden, nifty little play to get around Felitti, gets the puck back from Moran. Now Tony Moran with an open lane of ice in front of him. He'll take it. Moran at the red line. Dishes it off for Jamison Bain. Bain getting some power play time, given back for Moran, who fans on the shot. Loose puck picked up by Felitti, and Felitti will chip it off the glass to himself. Killian Ranger takes down Felitti from behind. Play continues as Tim Hayden will control. Now Ethan Ranger, 45 seconds into the power play. Ranger's pass too far for Moran, picked up by Dylan Walker and sent all the way down. Yoakum will leave it once again for Hayden. Norwich having a real difficult time getting into the hat-trick zone right now. Ranger will send this one down deep. McGibbon behind his own net. Leaves the puck for for Martins Leps. And Leps will take it out of the zone himself. Leps 3-on-3 into the Norwich end. Leps cutting towards the front of him. And then a shot saved by Yoakum. Bryce Wallace, Nikita Kovalev will maintain possession. Gives back for Betancourt. Betancourt quickly off the glass, off a stanchion, and all the way down the ice. 30 seconds to go on the power play as Trevor Souza goes back to retrieve. He's watched closely by Elijah Devereaux. Given up ahead. And now Matteo Romita unable to keep the puck in the Danbury zone. Norwich will regroup at center ice with 18 seconds to go on the power play. Souza will send it down deep. McGibbon thought about chasing after it, thinks better of it, and instead leaves it for Jake Harshman. Harshman, however, unable to control. Now in the corner, Holton going behind the net for Byer. Byer and Harshman battle. Holton comes by to pick up the puck. Holton circling now in the slot. A shot. That's blocked in front. Still loose on the edge of the crease. Finally, it's picked up by Nikita Kovalev, and Kovalev chips it out towards the red line. A little too difficult for Devereaux to control as Romita sends off the boards Holton. Holton gives up Harwell, but off the bench, Eric Fancher there to break it up. Fancher has it knocked away by Romita. Harwell gives back up ahead for Tegan Byer. Byer drops back Harwell. Harwell stepping on in. His shot saved by McGibbon. Loose and now covered up. Some extracurriculars afterwards as Cam Holton got knocked down to the ice. But a great shot selection by Troy Harwell. He picks up the drop pass from Tegan Byer. And I'm not sure if that shot even left the surface of the ice. The only way McGibbon got it was going down in the butterfly. It lodged itself underneath the leg pad, and then McGibbon just tried to stay as still as possible until the whistle blew. 13:34 to go in the first period. Jamison Bain with the offensive zone face-off up against Dominic Pavlidis. Pavlidis with the clean win. Fancher behind the net. Betancourt chipped off the boards and down into the Norwich zone. Chasing after this is Beagle. Moran got to it first. He rattles it all the way around out towards the Danbury blue line. Now the Hat-Tricks regroup once again at center ice. Moran intercepts the pass. Tony Moran, a shot knocked down by McGibbon. Rebound on the side of the cage. Fancher able to pick it up. And now Eric Fancher up ahead. Igorov had it knocked away. Now Fancher, D-to-D across for Tamboro. Tamboro has some difficulty controlling it. McGibbon sends it into the corner. Fancher a third time. Thought about cutting up the middle of the slot. That'll give any coach angina. Fancher, apparently with a magnet in his stick, gives up ahead for Seth Beagle. Beagle in the neutral zone. Sends that off the leg of Ethan Ranger, so no icing on the play. Tim Hayden back to retrieve. Hayden touches back behind, and he leaves it for Captain Sean Loftus. Loftus plays up ahead. That goes off the stick of the newest member of the Norwich Sea Captains, Nicholas Lipinski, making his first shift as a member of this team. Nicholas Lipinski coming to Norwich courtesy of the Charleston Colonials in the USPHL. Played 9 games for him last year, only recorded a solitary assist. Lipinski, a native of Mount Pleasant, New York, is wearing the number 10 that was previously worn by Caden Wurzbacher as Kinahan comes in offside. So the faceoff's going to come all the way back down into the Norwich zone. But Nick Lipinski, as mentioned, wearing the number 10 formerly owned by Caden Wurzbacher. Wurzbacher played 3 games for the Norwich Sea Captains at the Blaine Super Tournament back in December. Put up 3 goals and had a helper as well. Ethan Ranger, Ivan Kovalev on the draw. On a 50-50 draw, puck gets kicked over to the wall. Hayden looking to work it on up. Essing has it knocked away. And so Betancourt for Danbury will send it all the way down. Yoakum steers it into the corner. Ivan Kovalev the first one there. Wanting to go back to the point, Essing had a better idea. But then Betancourt from the red line again sends it down. Yoakum will settle it. Behind the net, Hayden goes far side Kinahan. Kinahan's pass just a little too strong for Essing to handle. This goes all the way down the ice. Icing called against Norwich. And with 11:28 to go in the first period, faceoff will come back down into the Sea Captain zone. Well, I want to thank you folks again for joining us on a cold and dreary day up here in Norwich. It's about 35 degrees outside, a yucky mess of rain, melting snow, and apparently later on today it's all going to turn to ice. So that should be awesome. Make sure if you can stay at home, do so. No need to slip and slide on the asphalt. Back underway, here's Tamboro's shot off the skates of Essing and wide. Kinahan reverses behind the net for Hayden. Tim Hayden will flip it up through center ice, gloved by the center fielder Tamboro, and then Tamboro's pass just a little too far for Dylan Walker. So now Romita wanted to play it up the same side wall. That was knocked down by Walker. Romita will then give along for Ranger. Ranger looking to get the puck deep into the Danbury zone. He will. Tamboro stumbles. Here's Ranger, a sharp angle attempt off the shoulder of McGibbon. Centering feed can't be controlled by Killian Ranger. Darryl Smith pinching in on the play. Killian Ranger, a shot stuck aside by McGibbon. At center ice, Jamison Bain comes up with the puck. Bain chipping it down deep. Troy Harwell chasing after it. Delayed call coming up as Bain got his stick inside the legs of Reese Tamboro. And so with 10:32 to go in the first period, Bain, an important penalty killer for the Sea Captain squad, will sit 2 minutes for interference. And we'll get to see Danbury's power play for the first time today. Danbury, if the stats are to be believed, have the 4th best power play in the league. They convert on 37.1% of their opportunities. Norwich ranked at 25th overall on the penalty kill. They kill off 68.4% of their penalties. Here's Nikita Kovalev, Danbury's most dangerous weapon with the puck. Kovalev swoops behind the net, then gives on up for Leps. Leps gets the puck back from Betancourt. Thrown far side for Kovalev. Nikita Kovalev on the half wall, chips down low, looking for the give and go are the hat tricks, but having some trouble controlling it behind the net was Devereaux. Loose puck cleared all the way down by Byer. Cam Holton will chase after it as Cooper Betancourt suddenly realizes he has Cam Holton right behind him. Betancourt plays it off the wall. Ethan Ranger, nice spinorama move, gives himself some space. A backhand shot, didn't get everything on it. Sent to the corner by McGibbon. Now Cooper Betancourt drops back. Danbury looking to clear. It's Dylan Walker gaining speed through center ice, now into the Norwich zone. Walker cutting towards the front of a net, gives it across, saved by Yoakum. Puck is loose on the side of the cage. Devereaux will pick it up for the tricks, and he'll control in the corner. 55 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Tamboro at the point, given back along Nikita Kovalev. Back for Leps. Now Fancher. Kovalev goes down low for Walker, knocked away by Smith. Walker able to recover. Wants to dipsy-doodle his way around a trio of Sea Captain defenders. Lost possession of the puck. Danbury keeps it in the zone. Here's Fancher, top of the umbrella. His shot kicked aside by Yoakum. Now Nikita Kovalev, give back to Fancher. Here's Leps. Sliding down low with 24 to go on the power play. Giving across. Kovalev, a shot, saved by Yoakum. Harwell, or check that, Souza looking to try and free the puck up. Dylan Walker, Nikita Kovalev involved for Danbury. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Finally, it's kicked free. Behind the net, it's Devereaux. Giving along Walker, a sharp angle attempt. Getting a glove on it was Yoakum. Smith looking to clear, cannot. Penalty has expired. Here's Leps thinking about the shot, rips one wide. That goes around the boards, ends up on the stick of Fancher at the far blue line. Given down low for Devereaux. Devereaux, nice little move, get around one forward. But Jamison Bain able to clear it on out. And finally, the Sea Captains can change. Only one clear for the Sea Captains on that power play, but Yoakum with a couple strong saves. Here's Eric Fancher cutting right back into the slot. A shot stopped by Yoakum, and he'll hold on for a face-off to his right. 8:03 to go in the first period. Both teams now 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Face-off will be to Andrew Yoakum's right, who has been turning it on lately. Yoakum has started now the past 4 games, and they'll need him to be hot in this one, as Danbury is on a 7-game point streak. 6 wins, 1 overtime loss. The 1 overtime loss coming against the Northeast Generals back on January 24th, but Danbury has turned it on as of late. Beyond that, they're still acquiring players via trade as they try to load up for a playoff run. Last year, the Hat-Tricks finished in 2nd place in the division. Were quickly dispatched in 2 games by the New Jersey Titans. Danbury would then fall to the Northeast Generals in the Eastern Division Finals, sending the Generals off to the Frazier Cup. Bouncing puck off the draw. Westendorf looks to sweep it on in. Bryce Wallace, both members of last year's team, will get it over the blue line. Sea Captains able to take control behind their own net. Giving up ahead for Cam Holton. Holton will flip one ahead through center ice. That's gloved down by Harshman. Harshman gets run into by Aiden Bain. A delayed call coming up as Byer got knocked down. And so with 7:17 to go in the first period, we'll get to see the Sea Captains on their 2nd power play of the afternoon. They're 0 for 1 so far. It'll be Wesley Westendorf sitting 2 minutes for cross-checking. So we'll see what Norwich can do on the man advantage. Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham manning the bench by himself as Norwich assistant coach Nick DiNicola, currently making a splash in the Italian Hockey League. He's a member of Hockey Como, and in his debut a few days ago put up 2 goals for Hockey Como in a 9-2 victory. I will not attempt to pronounce who their opponent was. Quick shot off the draw means a quick face-off coming up once again to the left of McGibbon. Ethan Ranger wins the face-off back, and here's Moran sending it down low. Killian Ranger gives to his brother Ethan. Ethan Ranger behind the net. Draws some attention, chips it along for Moran. Given back for Hayden, who can't hold the blue line, and so Hayden has to retreat out towards center ice. Given up ahead for Killian Ranger. Nice move to get around Felidi. Killian Ranger back for Ethan. Ethan then got a bit hamstrung at the blue line, and that results in an easy clear for the Hat-Tricks. Hayden holding the puck along the wall. Felidi tries flipping it down further. Intercepted by Killian Ranger, but then given right back to Felidi. Now Dylan Walker with the steal. Walker gets around a pair of defenders. Shot on, stopped by Yoakum. Minute 5 to go on the power play as Tony Moran leads the troops over the blue line into the Danbury zone. Here's Moran, a shot partially blocked by Betancourt. Hayden goes down low for Ethan Ranger. Ranger takes a couple whacks on the shins from Betancourt. Play continues. Now Leps and Essing come together. Essing gives it back for Ethan Ranger. Ranger. Hayden from a bad angle ended up breaking somebody. Second shot, they score! Tim Hayden, a power play goal, and it's 1-0 Norwich. The strength of Hayden makes this goal happen. Hayden deep in the zone. Tries taking a shot, ends up breaking the stick of Dylan Walker like he took the blade right out of the shaft. So Walker without a stick kind of finds himself in no man's land. Meanwhile, the play continues. Hayden stays on the back door, and he bangs one home to give the Sea Captains their first lead of the game. For Hayden, it is his third goal of the season, his first on the power play. And the Sea Captains hold a 1-0 lead. This is the 6th of 8 games between these two squads. Danbury has won all 5. Here's Ivan Kovalev, tries poking it on through, and Yoakum just barely got a piece of it. Ivan Kovalev again, dancing behind the net, now in the far side corner. Kovalev manages to draw 3 defenders before he throws it back down behind the cage of Yoakum. Picked up by Nikita Kovalev. Nikita in the corner. Gets taken down by Harwell. That's going to be a penalty coming up against the Sea Captains. Meanwhile, it's Ivan for Nikita. Back for Ivan. Trying to go back up at the point. Harwell's able to clear, but the play continues. So Eric Fancher will circle with it in his own end. Giving up ahead for Ivan Kovalev. Finally, Brian Essing able to get a stick on it. So with 4:47 to go in the first period, we'll get to see another power play for Danbury. Perhaps more importantly for the Sea Captains, Troy Harwell just had his skate blade shatter at the bottom of his boot. So he'll serve his 2-minute penalty, and oh, they're going to have to try and figure out some sort of equipment repair for him as well. So 4:47 to go in the first. Let's see if Harwell's going to remain in the box or if they'll have somebody serve the penalty while he gets his skates attended to. I think that's what's going to happen. So Aiden Bain will serve the penalty, and Harwell will take a trip back to the locker room to get that skate repaired. Danbury 0 for 1 on the power play, and the Sea Captains hold the 1-0 lead off the draw. Here's Betancourt. Plays catch with Leps. Betancourt then gives over Nikita Kovalev. Back for Betancourt. Betancourt slings one down low. Looking for the deflection in front was Devereaux, but it was too far wide. Now Kovalev. This time he'll step in himself. Gives along for Leps. A one-time shot saved by Yoakum. Cam Holton trying to control the puck. Instead, it's Walker across for Kovalev. His shot goes wide. Nikita Kovalev simply cannot be left alone on the back door. Here's Martins Leps. Given down low. Walker, his pass goes through the crease and wide. Betancourt chips down low. Loftus sees that go over his stick. Now Devereaux behind the net. Has an option in Walker. Instead, chips past him for Nikita Kovalev. Back up Betancourt. Betancourt fakes the shot, gives back Nikita Kovalev. He'll take a drive off the glove of Yoakum. Moran picks it up, and he sends it all the way down the ice. Under a minute to go in Danbury's second power play. 3:40 to go in the first period. Cooper Betancourt smoked out from behind the cage by Holton. Holton will then go off for a change. Killian Ranger now the first forward into the zone. Danbury able to clear. Here's Dylan Walker galloping up ahead. Walker to the outside in front. Saved by Yoakum as he robs Beagle. Another shot by Walker, and Yoakum gets that one as well. 3:20 to go in the first period. 33 seconds remaining in Danbury's power play. And I think that shift might have been emblematic of how Andrew Yoakum has grown as a goaltender over the course of this season. Doing a great job of tracking the puck so far in this one. Here's Eric Fancher with a shot, gloved by Yoakum. And we'll do it all over again to Andrew Yoakum's right. 3:13 to go in the first period. 27 seconds remains on the penalty to Troy Harwell. That's being served by Aiden Bain. It'll be Jamison Bain and Ethan Ranger up front for the penalty killing crew. Seth Beagle on the draw for Danbury, goes back to the point. Bain gets there first, and he sends it all the way down. Jamison Bain avoids most of a check from Tamboro, and then Bain tripped up by Tamboro, but play will continue. So Eric Fancher gives up ahead. Igorov nearly run into a freight train named Tim Hayden. Ethan Ranger back the other way. Ranger gets hooked on the play, and that's a penalty against the Hat-Tricks. So 2:47 to go in the period, and now the Sea Captains will go on to their third power play of the afternoon. They are 1 for 2 so far, as Eric Fancher will sit 2 minutes for hooking. So we'll skate 4 aside for a single solitary second. before Bain will be released from the box. Not sure who. Looks like it'll be Daryl Smith who will take the spot of Bain on the ice. Meanwhile, it's Essing on the draw up against Dylan Walker. Off the draw, controlled by Walker, and Daryl Smith comes on out onto the ice. Loftus nearly turns it over at the red line. Felitti right on his heels. Instead, it'll be Wallace, wrapped around the boards, kept alive by Loftus. Loftus goes down low for Kinahan. Now Wallace looking to clear again, this time off the stick of Loftus, and back down into the Norwich zone. 2:20 to go in the period, 90 seconds to go on the Sea Captain's power play. Here's Trevor Souza gaining speed. Gives it back for Essing. Brian Essing chasing after it in the corner. He's met by Harshman. Felitti there as well. Felitti sends around to the far side. Daryl Smith the first one to it. Goes back to Loftus at the point. A bouncing shot on goal, saved by McGibbon. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his left. 2:02 to go in the period. 1:15 to go on the Sea Captain's power play. Well, the Sea Captain's first power play did not look very good. Second power play, of course, led to the goal, so we'll see what this third power play can bring. Ethan Ranger, Troy Harwell back on the ice, and Killian Ranger up front for the power play. Here's Ethan Ranger. Walking along the top of the circle, tees up a shot. It gets pinballed back behind the net. McGibbon was a bit out of position there. Now Killian Ranger plays catch with Hayden. Hayden thinking about the shot, takes the shot. It's blocked. Nikita Kovalev looking to clear, and he'll force it on out. Yoakum plays it past the impending forecheck of Danny Khatib. Now Harwell, back for Hayden right here in front of us with 40 seconds to go on the power play. Ethan Ranger picks up a loose puck. Ranger tackled down to the ice by Kovalev. Around the boards, Moran will swing it right back behind. Now Tim Hayden as both Norwich defensemen get to pinch. Killian Ranger on the half wall for Hayden. Hayden centering, feed in front by Moran. A shot saved by McGibbon, and he holds on. Oh, how did Tim Hayden even find Tony Moran sneaking in on the back door? Moran had his stick hooked legally just a little bit, and that, I think, took enough off the shot where McGibbon was able to get post to post and make the save. 1:05 to go in the period. 18 seconds remains on the Norwich power play. It'll be Jamison Bain centering Kinahan and Essing. Smith and Loftus along the blue line. They need to be aware that they'll have a Danbury forward behind them now in 15 seconds. Well, that's one way to handle that problem. Have the puck in your own end. Now they're no longer behind you. Under a minute to go in the first period. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Bryce Wallace at his own blue line will play it geometrically up ahead for Dylan Walker. Walker could not maintain possession. And now Essing looking to get around Harshman as the power play's expired, and we're back to five-a-side hockey. Dylan Walker plays up ahead. Smith will play it to himself off his glove and then try stick handling around a pair of Danbury forecheckers. Devereaux takes Smith down in the corner. Walker picks up the loose puck. Delayed call coming up, and it's going to go against Danbury. 24 seconds to go. Wallace will touch up, and Elijah Devereaux trying to get in an extra shot on Daryl Smith does so directly in front of the referee. And so the Sea Captains will now go on to their fourth power play of the afternoon. And Devereaux will sit 2 minutes for roughing. 22.5 to go in the first period. Another face-off coming up to the left of Liam McGibbon. It'll be Ranger, Jamison Bain, and Killian Ranger. Seems like the Ranger brothers have been paired up pretty consistently on the power play these last couple games. Off the draw, it's sent all the way down the ice. Tim Hayden there to retrieve. He's got 15 seconds left. He'll swing it along for Moran. Moran turns up ice with 9 seconds to go in the period. Tony Moran at the red line. He'll throw it in on goal. It bounces on McGibbon. McGibbon has to make the save, and that allows Norwich to have an offensive zone face-off with 3.2 seconds to go in the period. To the Norwich bench goes Andrew Yoakum in favor of the extra attacker. It's going to be Tim Hayden on the draw. Hayden, a defenseman, is a left-handed shot. He's going to try and shoot this right on. Bit handcuffed as the puck comes down. Hayden then with another opportunity. Puck comes out. Cleared all the way down the ice, and that will do it for the first period of play. So that's in favor of Danbury in that first period. And taking a look around the rest of the NA3HL, plenty of games going on. Only one going on right now. With 9 minutes to go in the first period, the Oklahoma City IceHawks and the Atlanta Capitals are tied at 1. Here comes Norwich with about a minute and a half to go on their power play. The fourth of the afternoon. It's Tony Moran with speed, given along for Killian Ranger. Ranger in the corner. Centering feed gets deflected out to the point. Then Hayden unable to hold the blue line. Now Tony Moran gets knocked down by Westendorf. Westendorf from his knees throws one towards the front of the cage. Hayden able to get a stick on it. Also on the forecheck for Danbury was Paulides. And now it's Tony Moran once again. Moran ran into some trouble by running into the back of Hayden. He's able to recover and swing it on down into the Danbury zone. Martins Leps looking to clear. He does. Well, the Norwich power play looked good on the second. Struggled a bit on their third opportunity, and now once again having some difficulty getting out of their own zone. 30 seconds to go on the power play as Walker forces a puck off of Kinahan's stick. Kinahan still battling for it. Instead, it'll be Essing. Essing a shot. Blocker to side by McGibbon. The rebound goes wide. Now Hayden picks it up. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Kinahan in front for Essing, and somehow McGibbon got a stick on it. Oh, Brian Essing scored a goal just like that in their last game against New Jersey. Nearly had 2 goals in as many days. Harwell goes back down low. Penalties expired, and we're back to even strength hockey. Here's Tim Hayden working from down low. Finds it back for Harwell. Harwell has his shot blocked by Felitti. Picks up the puck again, flings one wide. Here is Hayden on goal, saved by McGibbon. But now an odd man rush developing for the hat-tricks. It's Dylan Walker on a 3-on-1. He's got Elijah Devereaux with him. Walker, a shot saved by Yoakum. The rebound, he gets that as well. And he'll hold on. Walker took the initial shot, and Yoakum, who can be quick to go down in the butterfly at times, stays up on his skates, has the puck go off of his chest. The third man in, Antonio Felitti, tried putting the rebound away, but Yoakum flashes the leather and keeps this a 1-0 game. 2:04 gone by in the second period. Norwich with the 1-0 lead. Tegan Byer with a face-off win in the defensive zone against Ivan Kovalev. Now Byer works up ahead towards center ice. Fancher sends it back the other way. Ivan Kovalev into the zone. Far side half wall, watched closely by Souza. Souza will steal the puck away. Given up ahead for Cam Holton. Holton hit from behind by Kovalev. Puck stays in the zone. Nikita Kovalev thought that it had gone out. Meanwhile, back the other way, puck goes off the stick of Wallace, no icing on the play. Wallace and Bain come together behind the net. Holton following up. Holton tripped up in the corner. Westendorf looking to clear up. Instead, it'll be Wallace chipping one off the boards out towards center ice. Nikita Kovalev gives up ahead for Danny Khatib. Khatib has been dangerous against the Sea Captains so far this season. His shot easily sent to the corner by Yoakum. Now Harshman blocked by a diving Cam Holton, and the puck goes back out into the neutral zone. Blocks like that energizes a team. You can see the bench with a couple smiles on the Norwich side. Ivan Kovalev back into the zone, gets around Daryl Smith. Kovalev behind the net, run into by Byer. Byer will soccer one along into the corner where Jack Kinahan gets hit high by Beagle. Play continues as Kinahan readjusts his helmet. Seth Beagle starting to run around again for Danbury. They've already gone to the box 4 separate times in this game, and the hat-tricks will need to remain disciplined. Here's Beagle. Played off the boards, and now Paulides up ahead. Dominic Paulides to the outside. A weak shot on goal that Yoakum makes a save on, and then Beagle gets sent down to the ice as he was crashing the net. Face-off will be to Yoakum's right, with 3:54 gone by in the second period. Taking a look around the rest of the NA3HL at 5 o'clock today, the Texas Roadrunners will take a visit out to Lafayette, Louisiana, and face off against the Louisiana Drillers. At 7:05, it'll be the Mid-Cities Junior Stars and the Texas Brahmas out in North Richland Hills, Texas. At 8 o'clock p.m., the Oregon Tradesmen will take a trip on down to Illinois and face off against the Peoria Mustangs. At 8:10, New Ulm and Alexandria. And still plenty more games that we'll tell you about later. Here is Beagle. Pass too hard to handle for Powell-Latis. Looking to clear out Killian Ranger. Knocked off of his stick. Now Powell-Latis towards the front of a net. Egorov picks up the loose puck. Goes back to Tamboro. Tamboro fans on the D-to-D pass. And then puts it right onto the stick of Essing. Essing gets tripped up. Play continues. Ethan Ranger into the zone. In front for Killian. Just too far. Powell-Latis picks up the loose puck. Off the boards. Too far for Egorov. Yoakum reverses back on the same side wall. Killian Ranger unable to clear. Tamboro's shot steered aside. Now Sean Loftus with a little extra time in front of him. Essing simply gets it over the blue line. Tamboro there to pick up. Eric Fancher and Reese Tamboro play catch in their own end. Return pass for Fancher goes a bit far. Devereaux is able to clear, but Moran from the neutral zone will send it back down. Over 5 minutes gone by in the second period. Here's Tamboro thrown up ahead. Walker can't control. Delayed offsides against the Sea Captain so Dylan Walker can gain some speed. Has to reach back for the puck first, and Walker gets bullied down to the ice by Holton. Now Reese Tamboro up ahead for Elijah Devereaux. 2-on-2 come the hat-tricks into the Norwich zone. Devereaux gives back Walker. Walker a shot saved by Yoakum. Rebound comes onto the stick of Fancher, whose one-time shot gets blocked. Yoakum back in position. Has that puck gone in? It has! Dylan Walker stuffs it in, and we're tied at 1. It looked like Yoakum had gotten back into position and was tied up on the post. The officials are going to discuss this one. But if the puck actually crossed the line and, well, they've got the better angle than we do, we're most likely looking at a tied game. Indeed, it will be a goal. And so Dylan Walker strikes for the hat-tricks. And we are tied at 1. For Walker, it is his 12th goal of the season, as he is better than a point-per-game player ever since Danbury was able to acquire him. So now, tied at 1. Danbury able to accomplish their goal of tying this up early on in the second. And now Tyler Noseworthy's crew is going to try and take their first lead of the game. Sent back down behind the net of McGibbon. Here's Wallace, bumped by Byer. In to help out and picking it up is Jake Harshman. Now Wallace again. Wallace forced up towards center ice. Smith has it knocked off of his stick. Devereaux up ahead, intercepted by Souza. Souza has to wait for Byer to touch up. He does, and then Souza over the blue line, flips one in on goal. McGibbon steers it behind the net for Captain Bryce Wallace. Up ahead for Walker. Walker, far side. Here is Filidi. Antonio Filidi with a shot, and getting a piece of it with his blocker was Yoakum. At center ice, here's Walker. Thrown up against the boards by Ranger, maintains possession. Walker tries threading a needle up ahead for Filidi, a bit too far. Filidi then, however, able to jump around Smith, almost able to get an offensive opportunity. Danbury needs to be careful. They don't have too many men on the ice as the puck was hanging out in front of their bench. But back in their own end, it's Martin Leps. Up ahead for Ivan Kovalev. Now Khatib in the corner. Forced away by Loftus. Leps from the point. Shot blocked by Kinahan. Here's Khatib. Leps, D-to-D, Betancourt. Betancourt, a rising shot, catches nothing but glass. Leps again. His shot blocked by Loftus. Khatib picks up the loose puck behind the net. Danny Khatib. Given along behind Ivan Kovalev. Now Khatib again. Ivan Kovalev, top of the circle, a shot deflected aside by Kinahan as both number 7s on the ice come together. Betancourt just barely holds the puck at the blue line. Gives back for Leps. His shot blocked by Loftus. Onto the stick of Jack Kinahan, and Kinahan's able to clear. Kinahan will chip it down deep. He'll chase after it himself, but Martins Leps will get there first. And Leps His clearance attempt knocked down by Harwell. Ivan Kovalev gets hooked from behind. Play continues as Khatib at the red line. Circling away from the pressure of the Sea Captains. Manages to get around all three forecheckers into the zone. Turns the puck over as Harwell directs up ahead for Killian Ranger. Ranger into the zone. He'll play it down into the corner and chase. Leps tried giving along Ivan Kovalev. Now Leps battling with Harwell in the corner. Ivan Kovalev there to help out. Killian Ranger will slide on into that. Harwell from the blue line. Shot goes wide. Now Nikita Kovalev. Can't get around former teammate Jamison Bain. Martins Leps will reverse back to the near side. Nikita Kovalev the first one there. Romita pinching in on the play. Manages to keep things alive. Now Khatib. This time Danbury will play it off the far wall. Hayden holds it alive. Romita looking to come up with possession. Romita still chasing after it. Leps using his big frame tries to swipe it away, but Romita does a good job of keeping the puck in the Danbury zone. 9 minutes gone by in the second period. Danbury has struck once. We're tied at 1. Long pass to nobody in particular. Bounces off the boards and on goal, so Yoakum has to play it. No icing on the play. Hayden gives up ahead for Holton. Cam Holton over the red line. He'll chip one down into the Danbury zone. Holton gets tripped up in the corner. Puck still in that corner as well. Centering feed onto the stick of Harwell, who rips one wide. Oh, Troy Harwell with his quick release. Finds the puck in a prime scoring position. Romita, a one-time shot blocked by Beagle, and Beagle will get it out of the zone. Back the other way, and now Cooper Betancourt. Smoked out from behind the cage by Tegan Byer. Betancourt didn't gain the red line, sends it on down. Yoakum plays it, so play continues. That's twice in this shift that a potential icing call against the Hat-Tricks has ended up on goal. Now a shot on, saved by Yoakum, and he'll hold on as Seth Beagle was looking to go upstairs over Yoakum's glove. Face-off will be to Andrew Yoakum's right with an even 10 minutes to go in the second period. Oh, if this was a travel league game, you never quite get to switch the goalies at the halfway mark, unless you do it on the fly, in which case that's awesome. But we're at the junior level. You don't see too many platoon situations with goalies splitting the games. And, well, true to form, both goalies remain in. Not a surprise. Off the draw, centering feed, bouncing puck in front. Essing tries to play it on out. Instead, it'll be Bianco chipping it into an empty corner. Ethan Ranger, the first one there. He can't get around Westendorf. Souza bumped by Bianco from behind. Instead, it'll be Ethan Ranger who picks up the loose puck. Ranger able to outrace Connor Brown. Now Ranger with speed, has Kinahan cutting towards the net. Ranger, one hand on his stick, a shot gets stopped by McGibbon. Kinahan ended up on his back behind the cage. Meanwhile, back out towards center ice, it's Darryl Smith directing up ahead for Ethan Ranger. Ranger's pass a little far for Kinahan as Leps is able to duck underneath and steal possession away. Leps off the glass, past Smith. This will be icing if it has the legs. I'm not sure if it will. No, waved off just as the puck crosses the goal line. So Trevor Souza leaves it for Smith. Smith goes hard off the glass. Nobody wearing a Norwich jersey in the neutral zone, and so Danbury will take over possession. Leps gives up ahead too far for Devereaux. Trevor Souza reverses behind the net. Bain. Now Harwell. Just past the outstretched stick of Killian Ranger. Finally, a bounce goes Norwich's way as this ends up on goal. Killian Ranger, centering feed goes through everybody. Loftus at the blue line. Gives back down low for Jamison Bain. Bain goes back to Loftus. Bain then dummies one back behind the net. Harwell will be the first one there. Watched closely by Betancourt. Giving back Loftus at the point. Loftus's shot ends up in the Zamboni corner on the far side as it ramped up off the stick of Walker. Shot from the point by Moran went wide. Now Harwell wanted to go back to Loftus, intercepted by Walker. Walker then taken out by Loftus. That prevents a 2-on-1. Still Danbury threatens as Devereaux in the slot. A shot saved by Yoakum. Puck is loose. A wraparound attempt by Walker fails. Walker still with the puck. Another shot goes wide. Leps picks up the loose one. Gives back for Walker. Walker can't handle the pass cleanly, and so at the half wall. Tries going down low, Devereaux. Devereaux and Moran behind the net. Puck still hanging out behind the cage of Yoakum. As 4 players make it 5, try to battle it out. Eventually it'll be Tony Moran who picks it up and gives out of the zone for Killian Ranger. Ranger turned around at the blue line. Tamboro will send it back down. Yoakum helps it around the roulette wheel, but right onto a Danbury stick. Dylan Walker knocked away by Moran. Moran behind the net. He'll go hard around the boards. Killian Ranger unable to control, but Tamboro can't keep it at the blue line. And so Norwich has the opportunity to break out. Here is Loftus. Up ahead, Killian Ranger. Ranger had it knocked away by Ivan Kovalev. Ranger at the end of his shift just gets it into the Danbury zone. Pass back the other way, flexed aside by Moran as Danny Khatib was looking for a breakaway. Now here's Nikita Kovalev gaining speed. This is where he's at his most dangerous. Knocked off the stick by Loftus. Long range shot from the blue line steered aside. Ivan Kovalev. Nice move on Cam Holton. Gives himself some space. Ivan Kovalev in the corner. Now Nikita gives back Tamboro a shot. Stopped by Yoakum. Ivan in the corner, lost possession. Tamboro at the blue line, just shoots one wide. Lipinski for Norwich, trying to clear it on out, but instead it'll be taken away by Fancher. Fancher weakly towards Cage, and Yoakum's seen enough. He'll hold on with a face-off coming up to his right as Danny Khatib slides on into the near side corner. 6:23 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1. Tim Hayden, a power play goal in the first period. Dylan Walker, an even strength goal in the second. And that's been it in the scoring department. Here's Dominic Paulides on the draw for Danbury. He goes up against Ethan Ranger. Face-off won by Paulides, but the Sea Captains wingers getting into a solid position. Nearly able to get it out of the zone. Seth Beagle and Jack Kinahan battling as Kinahan gets it out towards center ice. Wallace then has it go off the skates of Essing. Kinahan following up on the play. Wants to give back to Essing down low. Instead, it's flipped off the glove of Romita and back down into the Sea Captain's end. Tim Hayden pursued by Beagle. Now Romita thrown up ice. Corralled by Wallace. Off the boards onto the stick of Kinahan. Here's Jack Kinahan into the zone. Kinahan tries dropping back for Ranger. Paulides in a solid defensive back check. Able to break things up. Ranger keeps it in the zone. Yes, the whole time. Ranger then tries giving back along for Essing. Puck ends up on the stick of Romita. Romita goes D-to-D for Hayden. Hayden towards goal, blocked aside by Harshman. Jake Harshman in the far corner. Tries going up the wall. Said turned over. Jameson Bain, a shot goes wide. Romita in the corner. Lost possession. Chipped up the wall by Wallace. Not out as Ethan Ranger swings it across Hayden. A one-time shot gloved by McGibbon. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his right. 5:12 to go in the second period. A rare offensive zone face-off for the Sea Captains. It'll be Jameson Bain, Troy Harwell, Killian Ranger up front with Smith and Souza on the blue line. Connor Brown, Wesley Westendorf, and Giuseppe Bianco. All 3 NA3HL veterans. All 3 played with Danbury last season. Off the draw, it's controlled by the Tricks, and it's Westendorf playing one off the wall. Back to retrieve is Trevor Souza. Souza at his own blue line gives up ahead for Harwell. Now Bain will simply chip it on down. Behind the net, here's Leps. Runs into a pair of Sea Captains. Nearly forcing the turnover was Killian Ranger. Bain goes back to the point. Daryl Smith stepping on in. His shot gets blocked by Westendorf, and Westendorf was wearing that one. Now Souza. Some open ice in front of him. Souza looking to split the D. Around Betancourt. A backhand shot goes high. Troy Harwell picks up the loose puck. Bianco on top of him. Harwell tried going back to Souza. Went through Souza's legs. Leps sends this all the way around the wall. This should be icing. Daryl Smith back to touch up, and there's the whistle. So 4:21 to go in the second period. Almost seems unfair to make Daryl Smith skate back while everybody else hung out in the Danbury zone. They knew what was going on. So Norwich will set up on the left wing side with Tegan Byer, Cam Holton, and Aiden Bain up front. Westendorf remains on the ice as he has to with the icing call. Loftus' shot goes wide. A couple players battling for the puck in the corner. Cam Holton now on the half wall. Has a pair of Danbury defenders to deal with. Aiden Bain swings one down low for Byer. Byer tries forcing it towards the front of a net. Now Aiden Bain again, goes back for Loftus. Loftus, his shot goes wide. Might have deflected off a Danbury defender. Holton, a turnaround shot, deflected in on goal off the mask of McGibbon. Now Moran. Rising shot, gloved by McGibbon. He'll hold on, but it looks like there's a penalty coming up against Danbury with 3:44. And then Westendorf comes by and cross-checks Holton in the chest. So let's see what penalties arise out of this. 3:44 to go in the second period. I believe it's going to be Westendorf going to the box. He had a rough shift as he had to be out there he was out there on the icing call, so already with tired legs, blocking a shot, that stings as well. Westendorf's going to go back to the relative safety of the Danbury bench, and instead it's going to be Connor Brown who gets sent to the box. He'll sit 2 minutes. Oh, my. Brown's going to sit 2 minutes for cross-checking. Westendorf's going to sit 2 minutes for roughing. And the Norwich Sea Captains are going to have a 5-on-3 power play for a full 2 minutes. What an opportunity for the Sea Captains to regain the lead. The initial call was against Connor Brown. And then Westendorf allowed his emotions to get the better of him. Chases after Cam Holton after the whistle had blown seconds prior. And Westendorf, one of Danbury's key penalty killers, will have to watch the next 2 minutes from the box. So a 5-on-3 power play. We'll see what the Sea Captains can do. Here's Moran stepping on in. A rising shot goes over the top of the cage. Hayden gives down low for Killian Ranger. Back to Hayden. Hayden tried passing it back from Moran, intercepted by Dylan Walker. Here's Walker racing up ahead, canceled out by Hayden. And then Walker tries wrapping his arms around Hayden. Is that going to be enough to draw the penalty? I believe so. Dylan Walker, such an important and dangerous player for the Hat Tricks. And he'll make this a 4-on-3 power play as Tim Hayden will sit 2 minutes for holding. You know, from our angle, it looked like Walker, after he had been canceled out by Hayden, grabbed onto Hayden, and the two of them went down to the ice. But the official, once again, with the better angle. So it will be a 4-on-3 power play now for a minute, or rather, well, for a minute and 34, and then Danbury will have an abbreviated power play. All of this before the final minute of the period. 3:15 to go. 4-on-3 power play means lots of open ice, and Danbury's got some speedsters out there in Dylan Walker. Reese Tamboro's rather fleet of foot, and I wouldn't be surprised if either Nikita Kovalev or Elijah Devereaux was next forward on the ice. Meanwhile, here's Killian Ranger breaking into the Danbury zone. Met by Tamboro, tripped up on the play was Walker. Keeping it in the zone is Ethan Ranger. Now Jamison Bain, near side corner, gets around Fancher. Bain behind the net. Gives it along for Killian Ranger. Ranger gives back for Moran. Moran working along the wall. Now in the corner, knocked off his stick by Tamboro. Tamboro off the glass, off the glove of Killian Ranger, but it stays in the zone. Giving back Ethan Ranger. Ranger sent on goal, deflected in front, and getting a piece of it was Moran. Faceoff's going to remain in the Danbury zone as Tony Moran snuck on into the back door and nearly was able to direct it home. 2:22 to go in the second period. 38 seconds remains in the 4-on-3 power play for Norwich before Danbury will go on to an abbreviated power play of their own. Here's Trevor Souza off the draw. Souza in the corner. Goes back Harwell. Souza and Harwell will play catch. They've got Romita and Brian Essing out there as well. It's Romita with the puck, giving back Harwell. He'll wind and fire, saved by McGibbon, and he holds on to the rebound as well. Brian Essing doing a good job in front of the net, trying to take away the eyes of the Danbury defender, and Matteo Romita sneaking on in. That rebound was just out of reach for McGibbon. Romita would have been there. 19 seconds to go in the 4-on-3. Harwell, another face-off win, gives back for Romita. Now Trevor Souza, top of the circle, fakes the shot, goes Romita. Romita, one-time shot by Harwell. He scores! What a goal! Troy Harwell, and it's 2-1 Sea Captains. Gosh, slap shot goals on the power play. I had Tim Hayden on my mind, but Harwell finds the back of the net, and the Sea Captains retake the lead. For Harwell, it is his 10th goal of the season. That makes him the 3rd Norwich Sea Captain to eclipse that mark. Tegan Beyer has 11, Ethan Ranger has 11, but another power play goal in this game by the Sea Captains. Will skate 4 aside for 2-1. No more seconds. It's now a Danbury power play as Nikita Kovalev gets into the zone. Falling down on the play was Khatib. Cleared off the wall and over the stick of Fancher back out towards center ice. 15 seconds to go on the Danbury power play. Here's Danny Khatib with 90 to go in the period. Ivan Kovalev forces Beyer off the puck. Khatib into the Norwich zone. Tries threading a needle. That goes too far for Nikita Kovalev. Penalty has expired. Hayden back out onto the ice. Nikita Kovalev works up towards the blue line. Gives along for Fancher. Fancher can't get around Holton with possession. Loftus will send it on down. That goes off the stick of Fancher, so no icing on the play. Nikita Kovalev working it out of his own end with under a minute to go in the second. Pass far side. Now Khatib into the zone. Tries threading it back along for Tamboro. Just a bit too high. Moran reversed behind the net. Nikita Kovalev the first one to it. Kovalev gives down low Khatib. Khatib behind the net. Goes back Fancher. Fancher for Ivan Kovalev. Ivan behind the net. Gives back for Nikita. 30 seconds to go. Nikita gives back Fancher. Fancher, a rising shot, missed wide, not by much. Leps with a drive, blocked by Ranger. Martins Leps again with 18 to go in the period. His shot, Ethan Ranger, another block. Ivan Kovalev behind the net. Loftus working on him. 9 seconds to go in the period. Yoakum hops onto the loose puck. And the faceoff will be to his right with 6.4 seconds to go in the second period. So let's see what Danbury tries to do here. 6.4 seconds left. It's a little too much to pull the keeper like we saw Norwich do in the first period. It'll be Elijah Devereaux, who's a left-handed shot, taking the draw. He's got Dylan Walker in the shooter's position. Jamison Bain will take the draw for the Sea Captains, and he wins it. Souza will pin the puck up against the wall. He just wants the rest of his time to wipe out, and that's exactly what will happen. So at the end, Norwich in their home white uniforms, skating from right to left, and we're back underway. Here's Dylan Walker sending it into the Norwich zone. Behind the net, Trevor Souza sends up the wall, knocked down by Felidi, but Ethan Ranger is able to one-hand it on out. Elijah Devereaux there to pick up. Gives back for Cooper Betancourt. Betancourt goes far side, directed into the zone by Walker. No icing on the play as Devereaux beats out the call. Elijah Devereaux, top of the circle, goes far side. Falling down on the play was Darryl Smith. He's injured in the corner. Hops back up to his skates as Danbury maintains possession. Here's Betancourt with a shot. Yoakum with the save. In the second period, Danbury outshot Norwich by an 11-6 margin. That gives Danbury a 23-15 advantage through 40 minutes of play. Down in the Danbury zone, it's Brian Essing. Reverses into the near side corner for Ethan Ranger. Back at the point, Moran. Back for Ranger, but stolen away by Devereaux. And Elijah Devereaux will lead the hat-tricks into the Norwich zone. Loftus couldn't come up with possession as the stick was lifted by Dylan Walker, but Tony Moran in support will take it all the way down the ice and fling one around the wall. Killian Ranger takes the puck away from Wallace. Wallace, however, cancels out Ranger on the wall and feeds it along for Dylan Walker. Walker, Danbury's only goal scorer in this game. Felidi off sides, and so Tony Moran has an extra second to think things over. Moran gets the puck back from Harwell, who, beyond scoring the second goal of this game, as icing is called against the Sea Captains, but Harwell, beyond scoring the second goal of this game, the one that right now is the difference, broke his skate in the first period. Was lucky enough to get a repair done very quickly. He didn't miss a single shift. Offensive zone face-off for the Hat Tricks. They've got the Kovalevs out there with Danny Khatib. It's Ivan Kovalev in the corner, taken out by Tony Moran. Nikita following up, wants to go back to Wallace at the point, too hard to handle. And so Wallace will have to go back and retrieve. Bryce Wallace was captain of the Bethel Brookfield Danbury Tri-Op hockey team in Connecticut. Shot on, saved by Yoakum, but he was the captain there as a senior. Now a captain here with the Junior Hat Tricks. Souza plays off the wall in front of Ranger. Ranger unable to control, and so back in their own end, it'll be Betancourt. Up ahead, knocked down by Ivan Kovalev. Kovalev able to take the puck back off the stick of Harwell and break into the Norwich zone. Gives back for Khatib. Down low, Nikita Kovalev battling for it with Romita. Loose puck picked up by Hayden. Hayden's pass goes off of somebody's skates. I believe that was Holton. Hayden following up on the play, gets it as far as the red line, and then Tegan Byer will bang it all the way down. McGibbon leaves it behind the net for Betancourt. Betancourt quickly up ahead. Smith, fresh off the bench. Good to see him back on the ice so quickly. But now Danny Khatib with some room in front of him. Khatib stops, gives along Devereaux a shot, catches nothing but glass. Now Betancourt goes around behind the net. Here's Walker in the far side corner. Comes up to the half wall, gives back for Leps. Leps winds and fires. That's blocked in front by Felitti. That one stings. Felitti back up to his skates. Now Leps again. Thought about taking the shot, had Holton right in front of him. Now takes the shot. That goes off the skates of Felitti into the corner. Dylan Walker behind the cage. Walker sending in front. Betancourt a shot. Stopped by Yoakum. Andrew Yoakum has stopped now 24 of 25 shots on goal in this game. He's looked good. Could use some defensive support. And boy, would he like to see another goal go in Norwich's favor. They'll need to get the puck out of the zone first as Betancourt directs it back down low for Dylan Walker. Long shift for both these squads. Walker knocked away by Smith. Betancourt pinching on in will keep it alive. Now Walker wanted to connect with Devereaux. That goes off of a defensive skate out towards the neutral zone. Danbury quickly in transition. Walker gives along Martin's Leps. Leps to the outside, tries cutting towards the front, and Yoakum sees this go through the crease wide. Leps maintains possession of the puck. Leps a backhand shot blocked by Smith. Martin's Leps sees the puck go off the Zamboni doors away from his stick. However, it's picked up by Felitti, who's still on the ice. He's been out there for about 2.5 minutes. Finally a whistle as offsides is called against the Hat Tricks. And with 15:24 to go in the third period, faceoff will come out to center ice. Well, finishing up our look around the league at 8:10 tonight out in Wausau, Wisconsin. The Cyclones will host the Milwaukee Power. At 8:30, the Minnesota Loons pay a visit to the Granite City Lumberjacks out in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. At 9:05, Helena and Gillette will get underway in Wyoming. At 9:30, it'll be Sheridan and Butte. Also Rochester at St. Louis. And finally, the nightcap today at 9:30. The Badlands Sabres pay a visit to the Yellowstone Quake. Here's Reese Tamboro having his puck flip up on him, so didn't get all the velocity that he wanted. Yoakum will hold on for a faceoff to his left. 5:03 gone by in the third. Norwich up by 1. It's Ivan Kovalev on the draw against Ethan Ranger. A warning against Norwich for stalling. Now Tamboro goes down low for Ivan Kovalev. Khatib picks up the puck in the corner, goes back Tamboro. Tamboro swings far side Wallace. Wallace along for Nikita. Nikita Kovalev, his centering feed deflects out of play. Faceoff will remain in the Norwich zone. Not sure if the Sea Captains have recorded a shot on goal yet in this period as Danbury's pouring it on, trying to get this tying goal. Again, coming into this game, the Sea Captains are 13 points out of a playoff spot as they chase after the New Jersey Titans. Both these teams, Danbury and Norwich, each with 14 games left in the regular season. Here's Bain fanning on a one-timer. Betancourt tripped up in the corner. Play continues. Romita behind the net. Romita still maintaining possession. Now sends it into the far corner. Killian Ranger gives back Romita. Centering feed intercepted by Beagle. Here comes Egorov. Oleg Egorov into the zone along for Beagle. Beagle shot goes wide. Betancourt tries going back behind the net. Egorov there to steal it away. Egorov centering feed off the skates of Hayden. Timmy Hayden gives along for Troy Harwell as the two Norwich goal scorers hook up. Now Harwell from the red line will bounce one in on goal. McGibbon has to make the save. Tamboro coming out from his own end. Tamboro chased aside by Holton. Holton forces a turnover. Now Tegan Byer with the puck. Byer goes back to the point. One-time shot by Souza, deflects wide. Beagle picks up the loose puck. Has to do battle with Aiden Bain. Now Cam Holton. His shot goes over the heads of Betancourt. Byer stolen away by Dylan Walker. Walker, you see the skill that he has out there as he tries jumping over a check. Cleared all the way down the ice. This should be icing against the Hat-Tricks. And there's the whistle as Trevor Souza touches up with 13:08 to go in the third period. So now some tired legs on the ice for the Hat-Tricks. We'll see if the Sea Captains can take advantage. It'll be Ethan Ranger, Jack Kinahan, Brian Essing, the number one line for the Norwich Sea Captains with the offensive zone faceoff. Dylan Walker on the draw for Danbury, and he wins it. Betancourt goes behind his net. Beagle, the first one there. He flips this one off the ceiling and out of play. But that's a decent break for the Hat-Tricks as they'll be allowed to change. For those of you wondering at home, that's the secret. Don't throw it outside the glass. You can't change on those. Send it off the ceiling? Yeah, change as much as you want. Offer not valid in arenas that have ceilings, 100 feet ahead. Here's Ethan Ranger. Knocked off his stick by Devereaux. However, Devereaux couldn't control. Kinahan knocks it away. A bouncing puck ends up at the blue line. Here's Souza sending one on goal, deflected by Essing. And McGibbon just got a toe on it. That's the second time that we've seen Liam McGibbon get the puck with the end of his pads. Now Smith, a one-time shot. Blocked by Devereaux. Felitti up ahead. Trying to outrace Ranger over the blue line. Felitti sends one through the slot. That bounces off of a couple sticks. Now a 2-on-1 developing. It's Trevor Souza. He's got Brian Essing with him. Essing back for Souza. He scores! Trevor Souza! 3-1 Sea Captains! And you hear the Norwich bench, how excited they are. A perfect 2-on-1 with Trevor Souza hooking up with Brian Essing. And it gives the Sea Captains a 2-goal lead with 12:20 to go in regulation time. For Souza, it's his third goal of the season. Couldn't have come at a better time. And as the Sea Captains lead by 2, and now this next shift, it is vital that the Sea Captains do not allow Danbury to score. It's been a problem that the Sea Captains have had essentially all season long, not being able to hold on to leads, not being able to hold on to momentum. Here's Ivan Kovalev along for Khatib on goal, saved by Yoakum, and the faceoff will be in the Sea Captains zone. 12:04 to go in the third period. 3-1 your score. Norwich leading Danbury. Danbury has won all 5 games between these two teams so far this season, and some of them haven't even been close. 7-4, 2-1, 4-3, 9-0, and 6-2 less than a week ago. Here's Nikita Kovalev. A snapshot deflects wide. Yoakum will hold on to it regardless, and the faceoff will be to his right. 11:51 to go in regulation time. Fresh legs on the ice for both squads. It'll be Elijah Devereaux, Antonio Felitti, and Dylan Walker, the first line for the Hat-Tricks. Up front for the Sea Captains, Ranger, Kinahan, Essing. Last time these guys were on the ice, they scored. Here's Brian Essing in the near side corner. Throws it up the wall. Tamboro holds it alive at the blue line. Now Dylan Walker looking for some space. Throws back far side. Eric Fancher stepping in. His shot into the glove of Yoakum. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his right with 11:32 to go in the third period. Norwich, another line change. It'll be the Byer, Holton, Bain line up front. Tegan Byer, perhaps the most skilled face-off taker on the Sea Captains team, settles in against Devereaux, and he wins it. Here's Trevor Souza, most recent goal scorer in this game, chipping one off the boards, off the glove of Tamboro. And then we have a whistle for a hand pass, and the face-off's going to come all the way down into the Danbury zone. So face-off coming down to the right of Liam McGibbon. This time everybody will stay out on the ice. Now Tegan Byer with an offensive zone face-off. On a 50-50 draw, coming in to help out is Reese Tamboro. Hat-tricks look to clear. Dylan Walker in the far corner, slides behind the net for Fancher. Fancher chased out by Aiden Bain. Fancher draws a bit of a crowd at the red line as he's able to dump it down deep. Trevor Souza, the first one there. Fanned on the wraparound attempt. Souza again tries playing it up ahead for Bain, knocked away by Walker. Souza again in the corner. This time he'll retreat back behind the net. Walker follows him. Felidi able to knock it away. Now Dylan Walker walking along the goal line. Felidi goes back Betancourt. Betancourt fakes the shot, slides down low off the stick of Felidi. Holton gives back for Souza. Souza sends one off the glass, and finally it gets out of the zone. 10:30 to go in regulation time. Bain sends us down the ice. McGibbon tries slowing it down a bit for Betancourt. Now Eric Fancher up ahead for Felidi. Felidi finds Devereaux, and the Hat-tricks are able to clear. Giving up ahead Nikita Kovalev. Kovalev, nice little move. Get around Loftus. And Jamison Bain, I believe, has the puck underneath him. He does. Bain trying to get up to his skates. Ivan Kovalev comes on by. There's a delayed call coming up, and it's going to go against the Sea Captains. So Betancourt gives back for Leps. Thrown on goal, saved by Yoakum. There's the whistle. It's going to be a holding call against Norwich. And so at 9:57 to go in the third period and trailing by 2, the Hat-tricks will go on to the power play once again. Jamison Bain will sit 2 minutes for holding. And this is, at least to this point, the Hat-tricks' best chance this period to get back into things. Bit of a composite line out there. It'll be Devereaux, Walker, and Kovalev. Probably the three most purely skilled players on the Hat-tricks. Betancourt and Martins Leps on the blue line. Referee explaining the call to Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham. Face-off will be to Yoakum's right as Danbury goes back onto the power play for the 4th time in this game. They are 0 for 3 so far. Here's Betancourt, top of the umbrella. Dishes along Nikita Kovalev. Now Betancourt winds and fires, kicked aside by Yoakum. Nikita Kovalev picks up the rebound. Gives down low Devereaux. Now Kovalev. Kovalev cutting towards the front of the net. Gives along Leps. Leps can't take the one-timer. Gets the puck back from Betancourt, giving across Kovalev. A shot saved by Yoakum, and he'll hold on. Solid puck movement by the Danbury Jr Hat-tricks, and Andrew Yoakum having to go post to post and back again. But he stops Nikita Kovalev, and the faceoff will be to his right. Coming into this game, Kovalev has the most points so far this year against Norwich. In the 5 games that these two teams have played, Nikita Kovalev has 7 goals and 6 assists. That's over 2 points a game. Behind the net, Devereaux gives for Walker. 40 seconds gone by on the power play as this puck deflects off the very high glass in the Zamboni corner. Now Devereaux. In that same corner, Betancourt lost an edge. Danbury maintains possession as Walker gives for Devereaux. Now Walker again. Martins Leps hanging out by the back door, just waiting for that passing lane to open. Devereaux and Walker now on the near side. Walker turning away from the pressure of Holton, goes back to Leps. Leps wanted to take the shot. Holton got in the way. Now Betancourt a shot, gloved by Yoakum, and the faceoff will be to his right. 8:41 to go in regulation time, 44 seconds to go on Danbury's power play. Danbury doing everything right on the power play so far, but Andrew Yoakum doing a better job of tracking the puck. He'll be Ivan Kovalev up front, joined alongside Igorov and Khatib. Brian Essing on the draw for the Sea Captains, picks up a warning. Off the draw, controlled by the Tricks. Here's Fancher, a rising shot, goes high. Igorov in the corner. Down low, Ivan Kovalev. Kovalev canceled out by Smith. Fracas in the corner. Killian Ranger looking to clear. He will, off the skates of Khatib. 26 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Danny Khatib. Up ahead, Reese Tamboro. Tamboro's pass goes a little too far for everybody. Ivan Kovalev eventually able to catch up to it. He's met quickly by Souza. Those two continue to battle on the far side half wall. Now the scrum slides on down into the corner. Both teams pick up some reinforcements as the puck goes back to Fancher at the point. Gloved by Yoakum, and he'll hold on for another face-off to his right. 8 minutes to go in regulation time. 4 seconds to go on the Danbury power play. Danbury has been able to generate offense from the blue line, especially on this power play, but they are not getting much traffic in front of the net. And so Yoakum has been able to track all of these directly into his glove. Ethan Ranger, Elijah Devereaux on the draw. Devereaux with the face-off win. Given back to Leps. Leps a shot saved by Yoakum. The rebound cleared aside. There's an injured hat-trick down on the ice. I believe that's Dylan Walker. Did not see how he got injured, but with 7:53 to go in the third period, we are back to even strength hockey as the Norwich training staff will come on out and take a look at Dylan Walker. Walker back up to his skates under his own power. Face-off will come outside of the Sea Captain zone as the whistle was for Walker's injury. 7:53 to go in the third. Norwich will get a fresh defensive pair out on the ice. Or perhaps not. Maybe Darryl Smith just wanted to go for a quick skate. Can't blame him. Doesn't look like there's going to be any penalty that arises out of this play. And so the face-off will be outside the Norwich zone. Kinahan, Ethan Ranger, Essing up front. Devereaux, Nikita Kovalev, Khatib for Danbury. Off the draw, here's Leps from center ice. On goal, gloved by Yoakum, and he'll hold on. Dylan Walker quickly back onto the ice. He was not allowed to stay on the ice because the whistle was for his injury. But he's recovered, and he'll set up shop in the Norwich slot. Devereaux and Ranger once again. Here's Ranger in the corner. He'll flip one high off the glass. That goes off one of those ceiling supports we were just talking about. Don't think Norwich was looking for a change regardless. Face off once again to Yoakum's right with 7:41 to go in regulation time. It's Devereaux and Ranger for a third time in this shift. Devereaux with the face-off win. Turns the puck over, chipped up and out of the zone. Puck rolling on its side. It may have enough for icing. No, waved off as Martin Leps touches the puck just short of the goal line. So now Walker avoids most of a check from Moran. Walker goes behind the cage. Plays up ahead for Leps. Leps plays into an empty area. Nobody there except Tony Moran. Moran sends it back the other way. Devereaux in his own end. Gives along for Leps. Leps once again will flip it up ahead. That goes off the glove of Felidi, so no icing on the play. Tim Hayden in his own end will reverse back behind the cage for Loftus. Now Kinahan tried playing it along quickly for Ethan Ranger. Felidi got in the way. Jack Kinahan will pick it up. And now it's a 2-on-1 for the Sea Captains. Here's Kinahan on his backhand. A shot saved by McGibbon. And he'll hold on. Well, I might tell you something. That these odd man rushes that the Sea Captains are getting, it seems like Brian Essing is involved in every single one of them. You can't say enough good things about Essing. Now playing in his 10th game for the Sea Captains. He's got 11 points coming into the game, and he's already picked up 2 assists in this one. Turned over. Holton, a shot just goes wide. Oh, Danbury won the face-off, but then the Danbury defense didn't know what to do with it. Here's Fancher. Tries playing it along the wall. Knocked down by Holton. Ivan Kovalev from behind his own cage plays up ahead for Khatib with 6.5 to go. Khatib could not control. Hayden flings it back into the far side corner. Norwich continuing with the aggressive two-man forecheck, even though they lead by 2 here in the dying minutes. It's Nikita Kovalev with speed, sent in front, and Khatib gets taken down by Hayden. Now the referee's arm goes up. Almost looks like the net's off of its mooring as well. Either way, play continues as Danbury controls down low. McGibbon to the bench in favor of the extra attacker. Finally, the whistle. And it looks as though it's going to be Tim Hayden going to the box for hooking. Referee was a bit delayed in putting his arm up, but Hayden doing whatever he needed to make sure Danny Khatib didn't have an easy tap-in goal. So 6:03 to go in regulation. Danbury on to another power play. They're 0 for 4 so far. We saw the Norwich penalty kill bend but not break. They'll need more of that. Leading by 2 with 6:03 to go in the third period. It'll be Jamison Bain on the draw against Elijah Devereaux. Devereaux with the face-off win. He's been good at that in this game. Betancourt fakes the shot, gives along Walker. Walker stepping on in. His shot stopped by Yoakum, and he'll hold on. Well, the Hat Tricks have been working that left wing side all period long. Seems as though they keep trying to shoot far side the glove hand of Yoakum. But Yoakum has been good in this period. Here's Betancourt off another Danbury face-off win. Leps will send it down low. Devereaux there in the corner to pick it up. Devereaux run into by Moran. Nikita Kovalev there as well, but now it's Elijah Devereaux. Gives back Martin Leps. Leps just barely keeps it alive in the zone. Betancourt gives along for Walker. Walker stepping on in. Tries to feed it for Kovalev in front. Yoakum gets a glove on it, and he'll hold on. 5:29 to go in regulation time. 1:27 to go in the Danbury power play. All right, now power plays have been the difference in the game. Norwich is 2 for 6 with the man advantage. Danbury 0 for 4 on their 5th power play now. In the corner, Walker taken out by Loftus. Devereaux still came on by, gives back for Betancourt. Now Loftus again trying to clear. Instead, it'll be Moran wrapping around the boards. Leps able to cut it on down. Leps goes down low, Devereaux. Moran involved once again. Moran bowled over from behind. Nikita Kovalev in the near side corner. Kovalev walks around Holton, sends it in front off the skate of Devereaux. Devereaux goes back to Leps at the point. Leps on goal, deflected by Kovalev wide. You see the evolution of the Danbury power play. Kovalev was set up on the far side earlier. Now where Walker has the puck sent in front. Oh, shot blocked by Moran as Kovalev in a prime scoring position. Can't get it on goal. 35 seconds to go in the power play. 4:35 to go in regulation time. Holton and Killian Ranger, the penalty killers for the Sea Captains, as Dylan Walker drops it back for Betancourt. Far side Tamboro, a bouncing puck cut back by Romita. Tamboro up again for Khatib. Khatib plays along Ivan Kovalev. Kovalev tries to jump his way around Souza. He's able to do so. Killian Ranger behind the net looking to clear. Ivan, however, will send it into the corner. Off the glass, not out. Glove down by Fancher. Penalty has expired. We're back to even strength with under 4 minutes to play. Here's Romita going around into the near side corner. Khatib watched by Souza and Essing. Given along for Egorov. Egorov goes behind the net. Ivan Kovalev turned over, and Killian Ranger is able to fling it out as far as the red line. Tamboro quickly sends it back in. Yoakum leaves it behind for Romita. Danbury needs 2 to tie with 3.5 to go. Brian Essing into the Danbury zone. 2-on-2 they come. Essing wanting to work his way around Fancher. Fancher able to break things up enough, but Hayden following up on the play sends it into the near side corner. Now Moran pinching in from the point. Goes back. Hayden a centering feed. Ends up on the stick of Moran. Moran, nice move. A shot blocked by Ivan Kovalev. Moran throws one through the crease. Loftus on the far side simply sends it back down into the Danbury zone. Fancher the first one there. Swiped at by Essing. Fancher maintains possession. 3 minutes to go in regulation time. Fancher works around Miranda. Shot saved by Andrew Yoakum. And Yoakum holds on for another face-off coming up to his left with 2:55 to go in the third period. Danbury throwing everything but the kitchen sink Andrew Yoakum's way. McGibbon stays in goal to our left. Tyler Noseworthy keeps his timeout in his pocket. False start on the face-off as Sea Captains are kind of missing a guy out there. Cam Holton will come on to make it a full 5-man set. Devereaux and Jamison Bain. Devereaux's won his last 5, make it 6 face-offs in a row. Played up ahead, however, stolen by Troy Harwell. Here is Harwell gaining speed. Harwell has the puck roll off his stick. A centering feed too far for Holton. Nikita Kovalev picks it up. His pass intercepted by Harwell. Harwell flips it on goal, gloved by McGibbon. Looked like the whistle was blown by the official before it was even in McGibbon's glove. But the faceoff will be in the Danbury zone with 2:36 to go in regulation time. Neither team has called their timeout yet. It'll be Troy Harwell on the draw against Devereaux. Finally, Norwich able to win a faceoff against Elijah Devereaux. Jamison Bain's shot goes wide. Shot from the point by Souza deflects behind the net. And so Betancourt plays up the near side wall. Dylan Walker. 2-on-2 over the red line. Walker, nice move, gets around Smith. Sends it across. The shot, they score! Nikita Kovalev. And with 2:17 to go in the third period, we've got ourselves a 1-goal game. Dylan Walker, his skill on display, goes outside in around Darryl Smith. And then Nikita Kovalev with the finish over the blocker side of Andrew Yoakum. So 2:17 to go in the third, and now Tyler Noseworthy will call timeout, and the Danbury Jr Hat will talk things over as the Sea Captains lead by 1, but we've seen what Danbury is capable of. They are certainly more than capable of scoring goals in bunches. And it's a 1-goal game with 2:17 to go. And while we have a moment, we can take a look at the other game going on. Beginning of the third period, Oklahoma City has a 5-3 lead over the Atlanta Capitals. A pair of goals by Avery Pittman once again by Oklahoma City. Former Danbury Jr hat-trick Carson Holiday has scored for the Atlanta Capitals. So 2:17 to go. All coming down to this. The hat-trick bench feeling the momentum. It's essentially been a 2-line rotation for Danbury in the third period, and this line we have seen plenty of. Devereaux, Walker, and Nikita Kovalev. Betancourt tried sending it on deep into the Norwich zone, took a weird bounce off a glass stanchion. Liam McGibbon goes to the bench, and Danbury has on the extra attacker with 2:05 to go. Here's Hayden trying to knock the puck away from Khatib, the extra attacker. Now Walker in the corner. Dylan Walker goes behind the net. Khatib there to pick it up. Has an option in Nikita Kovalev and gives to him. Kovalev then flings one towards the front of the net. That goes off of a couple skates. Essing sends it all the way down wide of the cage. Nikita Kovalev there to pick it up. There's the whistle on the icing. And the faceoff will come back down into the Sea Captain zone. Well, usually you don't want to attempt a go at the empty net from your own zone. Brian Essing missing just about 2 or 3 feet to the far side. 1:42 to go in regulation. At the blue line, the hat-tricks can't hold it in the zone. Face-off will come back out into the neutral zone. 98 seconds to go. Norwich that close from their first victory over the Danbury Jr hat-tricks this season in their 6th attempt. It's Elijah Devereaux and Ethan Ranger on the draw. Devereaux, another clean face-off win. Martins Leps from the blue line, chips it up ahead, delayed offsides against the hat-tricks. And so Mateo Romita from all the way down the ice gave a go at the empty net. Leps there to cut it down at the red line. Devereaux Sends it down deep. Tim Hayden the first one there. Under 80 seconds to go. Hayden wraps it around the wall. Knocked down by Walker. Back at the point, Tamboro. D to D, Leps. Martins Leps a shot. Blocked. Romita chips it off the glass. Not out. Glove down by Leps. Sent towards the front of the cage. Hayden had to reach back behind him, but he knocks it off the stick of Khatib. Now Leps again. Tamboro on goal. Kicked aside by Yoakum. Nikita Kovalev, a turnaround shot. Yoakum, another save. Loose puck comes out towards the blue line. Tamboro gives along for Khatib. A backhand shot gets blocked. Khatib gets it again. Sent in towards goal. Walker fans on the near side. 43 seconds to go. Puck pinned up against the wall. 6 players trying to dig it on out. Puck still against the wall. 33 seconds to go. Norwich content to let the time keep running. 28 seconds. Delayed call coming up. That's going to go against the Hat-Tricks as Tim Hayden got driven face first down to the ice. 24.8 seconds to go, and this faceoff should come back down into the Hat-Tricks' end. It's Dylan Walker, of all players, going to the box for Danbury. Is there a penalty going against Norwich? Yes, there is. Hayden's going to find himself in the box as well. So Tim Hayden picks up 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Dylan Walker receives 2 minutes for roughing, but because of Hayden's penalty, the faceoff will now remain in the Norwich zone. 24.8 seconds to go, and Kevin Cunningham wisely will use his timeout now and try and talk things over. A frustrating series of events for the Sea Captains as Walker drove Hayden's head down to the ice in the middle of that pileup. If Hayden keeps his head, only some pun intended, but if Hayden keeps his head, then it's a power play for the Sea Captains and the faceoff comes down into the Danbury zone. Because Hayden picks up the unsportsmanlike conduct, kind of similar to what we saw Wesley Westendorf do in the second period, because Hayden picks up that unsportsmanlike, the faceoff remains in the Norwich zone to the left of Andrew Yoakum. 24.8 seconds to go, and we will skate 5-on-4. It's not a power play as Danbury's goal remains empty. 2 hour left. Tegan Byer on the draw against Elijah Devereaux. Ethan Ranger, Sean Loftus, and Trevor Souza complete the 4-man unit for the Sea Captains. Here's Khatib, goes back to Nikita Kovalev. 17 seconds left. Leps goes down low, Khatib centering, feed a shot by Devereaux, gets blocked. Tegan Byer battling for it. 8 seconds to go. Nikita Kovalev stepping on in, top of the circle. That shot bounces wide. 4 seconds left, still behind the net. Given back for Kovalev. The last second, it's blocked, and the Norwich Sea Captains have defeated the Danbury Jr Hat-Tricks for the first time this season. A holding on score of 3-2. What a game and what a run that the Norwich Sea Captains are starting to put together towards the end of the year. They move within 11 points of a playoff spot now with 12 games to go in the regular season. What a victory for the Sea Captains. They have been stymied by Danbury all season long. They have 2 more games left against the Hat-Tricks as the Sea Captains come on out and salute their fans who came out on a dreary and blustery day here in the Rose of New England.